Welcome back. As we've seen in Module 1, cybersecurity isn't just a technical issue, it's everyone's responsibility. You now understand how cyber attacks can happen and the role you play in preventing them. But knowing the threats is only half the battle. In order to effectively protect your organization, you must understand the specific rules and policies in place that guide your actions. In Module 2, we'll dive into the concrete security policies and guidelines that define how to keep your company safe, day in and day out. Let's get started. First, with the basics. What is a cybersecurity policy, and why does it matter? A cybersecurity policy is a formal document that outlines how an organization protects its digital assets. It's your playbook for navigating the digital workplace securely. This policy covers everything from secure data handling to using the company's network safely. Following these policies isn't just a suggestion, it's critical to preventing data breaches, legal penalties, and damage to the company's reputation. And remember, these policies are updated regularly to stay ahead of new threats, so everyone in the organization, from leadership to new hires, is aligned with the company's security goals. Every company has a variety of cybersecurity policies to protect its data and systems. Let's look at 3 of the most important ones. First, access control. This defines who can access which systems and data. The key here is, access is granted based on the principle of least privilege. Only those who need access to certain data for their job should have it. For example, employees in the finance department may have access to financial records, while those in marketing may not. This limits exposure and reduces risk. Companies often use role-based access control, RBAC, where access is determined by your job role. If you switch roles, your access changes too. And to add extra security, multi-factor authentication, MFA is used, so even if someone has your password, they can't access your account without a second step, like a code sent to your phone. Next is the acceptable use policy, which explains what is and isn't allowed when using company systems, devices, and the internet. For example, the acceptable use policy might include guidelines on what websites or services can be accessed using company equipment, how to handle company data and sensitive information, restrictions on installing unauthorized software. Remember, these rules aren't just about preventing intentional misuse. They help protect against mistakes like downloading malicious software or visiting risky websites. Next up is physical security, which is just as critical as securing our digital assets. The company's physical security policy ensures that our buildings, offices, and data centers are protected from unauthorized access. For employees, this means being mindful of a few key practices. 1. Tailgating. Tailgating occurs when someone follows an authorized employee into a secure area without swiping their own badge. While it might feel polite to hold the door open for a colleague, always ensure they are authorized. Politely ask them to use their access card, even if you recognize them. 2. Locking doors. Never leave doors to secure areas propped open. Whether it's a storage room, server room, or even your office, keeping doors closed and locked helps prevent unauthorized access. 3. ID badges. Wearing your company ID badge is more than just a formality. It's a key part of physical security. Make sure it's visible while you're on company premises and never share it with others. If you lose your badge, report it immediately. In today's world, protecting data isn't just a company concern. It's the law. Regulations like GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, HIPAA, Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, and CCPA, California Consumer Privacy Act, ensure that companies handle personal and sensitive information responsibly. GDPR, mainly focused on Europe, protects the personal data of individuals, ensuring that companies must get explicit consent to collect, store, and use data. For healthcare organizations in the U.S., HIPAA mandates strict protections around health information, ensuring patient privacy and data security. CCPA gives California residents greater control over their personal data, including the right to know what data companies collect, the right to opt out of data sharing, and the right to request data deletion. Failure to comply with these regulations can result in hefty fines and severe damage to the company's reputation. So, a well-structured security policy is the cornerstone for complying with these regulations. It provides clear guidelines on how data should be managed, secured, and protected across the organization, ensuring legal requirements are met while safeguarding sensitive information from breaches. Cybersecurity is an ongoing commitment, so to help protect your company and yourself, follow these guidelines. Read and understand security policies. Know the guidelines that apply to your role. Secure your devices. Use strong passwords, enable two-factor authentication, and lock your screens when not in use. Stay informed. Regularly participate in security training and keep up to date with company policies. Be cautious online. Avoid using personal devices or unsecured networks for work-related tasks. Act on red flags. Report any suspicious emails, downloads, or network issues right away. Even with all these precautions, incidents can happen, but how you respond to them can make all the difference. That's why every organization has a defined incident reporting procedure. If you suspect or detect a security issue, whether it's a suspicious email, data breach, or potential malware, report it immediately. Quick action is critical to containing the threat and minimizing damage. Think of incident reporting as the organization's early warning system. The faster you report, the better the chances of stopping the threat in its tracks. Now, let's put your knowledge to the test. Here's a quick quiz. Why is it important to follow cybersecurity policies in an organization? A. To avoid personal fines. B. To protect company systems and prevent data breaches. C. To ensure compliance with non-essential regulations. D. To impress the IT team. The correct answer is B. To protect company systems and prevent data breaches. In this module, we've covered the crucial corporate cybersecurity policies and guidelines that guide your day-to-day activities. By understanding and applying these practices, you're not only protecting the company, you're also contributing to a culture of security. In the next module, we'll explore the specifics of how to recognize and respond to social engineering attacks, diving deeper into your role as a defender of company security. Stay tuned. And remember, security starts with you. Thanks for watching.